Okay, welcome to another episode of Black Atlas Goings On. My name is Kenny, aka Black Atlas, and today we are doing another jerky recipe. It is going to be breakfast bacon jerky in the Ostba food dehydrator. So we are going to go through the ingredients first, and then we are going to go through the steps one by one. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and go through the ingredients, and I'm going to let you know first. I'm going to show you the bottles of the ingredients for the dry ingredients because a lot of the measurements are so small, and it says to mix them out well that I'm going to measure them out and just put them in my spice grinder instead of using ramekins. So, with that being said, we have 10 strips of applewood smoked bacon sliced in half. Then we're going to need a quarter teaspoon of dried thyme, a quarter teaspoon of dried sage, 1 teaspoon of light brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of ground fennel seeds, 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/8 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of onion powder. So I'm going to go ahead and get those measured out and put them in my spice grinder, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, so the first step says to cut the bacon strips in halves or thirds and set aside. So I cut them in halves. Then it says the next step, combine all seasonings until well combined. So here's where I go ahead and measure them all out and get them in my spice grinder, and then I will see y'all after that's done. Okay, so I have all my spices here in my spice grinder. What I'm going to do now is just grind them up, and then I'm going to get them in my mini shaker to shake them over the bacon. Okay, here is my seasoning blend out of the spice grinder and into my little shaker. So what I am going to do is go ahead and get the sliced bacon on the dehydrator trays, and then we're going to go ahead and get them seasoned on both sides and in the dehydrator. Okay, so we got the bacon strips laid out on the trays, and we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 strips of bacon that we ended up cutting in half instead of 10. So hopefully I got enough seasonings for it. But we are going to go ahead and move on to the next step. And that next step is to sprinkle the seasonings liberally on each side of the bacon, and then place the bacon evenly on the dehydrator trays. So I actually put it on the trays because I thought that would be easier to sprinkle it on there, and then I could just flip them over. So we'll go ahead and get that done. I'll bring you back right before it's time to put them in the dehydrator. Okay, I'm getting the last of the seasoning on here, and they have already been flipped, so both sides are liberally being covered. And then we are going to go ahead and get the dehydrator over here and get them in there. Okay, so we have them all seasoned. This is what they look like. You can definitely see the seasonings sitting on top of them. We're going to go ahead and get them put in the dehydrator right here, roughly in the middle area, because that is where the best airflow is going to be. And then we are going to turn the machine on. And then we are going to set it to 165 for 6 hours. And we are going to let it roll. And it just turned on. And I'll see y'all in about 6 hours. Okay, it is done now. Here is what it looks like right out of the dehydrator. So we are going to go ahead and get this put on a plate or a serving platter and go ahead and get that taste test in. I'll see y'all in a bit. Okay, here is what it looks like fresh out of the dehydrator. So let's go ahead and get that taste test in. Okay, that is amazing. I would definitely recommend that to anyone. You just got to be able to measure out all of those seasonings, but it is good. You can taste all of those herbs and spices on there. At the very end, the crushed red peppers definitely come through, and it's got a little bit of kick on there, but it tastes amazing. I love it, and I'm definitely going to be making it again. So this was breakfast bacon jerky in the Ostba food dehydrator. My name is Kenny, aka Black Atlas, and until the next video, make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe. Get us out there to all your friends and family so they can like, share, comment, and subscribe on the videos too. And until the next one, I'll catch y'all on the flip side.